What does this have to do with creating 1,500 YouTube videos? More than 1,500 YouTube videos. That's about how many I've made, and that's not counting this video or any video I've made on vidIQ. Well, you're about to see, because we are going to build this entire Lego Zen garden as I go through my journey of creating YouTube videos for all this time, and I talk about everything I've learned. This is a lot more pieces than I thought it was going to be when I bought this. The most important thing I've learned after all these years of creating YouTube videos is that it's good to relax sometimes. So that is what we're going to do right now. We're going to take a deep breath and hope that this analogy is worth it. As a creator, trying to relax with YouTube has always been one of the things that I've found a bit more challenging than I think it should be. We talk about taking breaks a lot here at vidIQ, both on camera and behind the scenes. And I think people often forget about taking breaks on YouTube. They believe that they should start off strong, and every single day should be a day spent recording if it's not spent doing something else like working at your job or going to school. But taking breaks from creating content exposes you to a life outside of YouTube. Touching grass is a really funny meme, but when it comes to creating YouTube videos, it's important to do that, literally, even if the grass you're touching is made of plastic. Do we think this is actually going to be used as grass? I don't really know. Imagine being a stand-up comedian, but you don't have any life experiences. You kind of need those. Otherwise, you're not going to have any material. Life experiences are kind of like Lego pieces. They can all come together to form, in this case, a Zen garden, hopefully. And it turns out these were soup. These were not grass. And they're giving me anxiety because they're not actually in there in any kind of way. They're just going to fall out, I think. All right, so this is where I'm at the moment with this. Well, what happens if you need a break from your break? And I'm back. All right, so the next thing I wanted to share that I've learned after making 1,500 videos, which is actually more like 2,000, is that as I was making all of these videos, I didn't realize it at the time, but I was building a lot of skills. And now I'm a full-time creator, just for a company rather than working solo for myself. And that kind of works for me. And what people tend to forget is when they are a one-stop shop, they're building all these skills that are becoming increasingly valuable because our lives are just more and more online. Take learning to edit videos, for example, a skill that I am now going to put to use to tell you about all the other skills I've learned as a creator as I focus on my garden. Take it away, editor. The point is that you too may one day have a whole team of people helping you run your YouTube channel. And that alone is a skill unto itself. Building a team, managing a team, creating projects and deadlines, all of that is stuff that you can use both as a YouTube creator that runs their own business or when applying for jobs. The point is that if being a full-time creator is your dream job, then that's great. But if things change one day and you would like to turn around and use those skills somewhere else, you should absolutely be putting all of this stuff on your resume. And just know that the skills I'm referring to, if you're, say, a Lego channel, are not the building Lego sets part, although that would be kind of nice. I'm talking about the stuff I listed earlier. Well, this is coming together. I think I'm going to need a larger desk, but I don't have one because I spent all my money on this Lego set. Anyway, next lesson I learned is going to lead me into a bit of a confession. You see, a while back, my wife and I decided, hey, wouldn't it be fun to start collecting Pokemon cards again? And collect we did. This is just some unsorted cards that I have had on my desk for months at this point. We got really into it. And of course, one of the reasons I got into this new hobby was because I saw all of these videos on YouTube getting tons and tons of views. Not only did it pique my interest in some of the newer sets that were out there, but I was thinking to myself, hey, this might be fun to point a camera at. And I tried for a while to make this into content. I would do pack openings, maybe live streams where we took a whole bunch of our sets and then just opened everything in one big stream. Not only did this not supplement the rising cost of this hobby, I mean, have you seen people fight over these things? It's just incredible. Are these all water pieces? Do I have to put all of these on one at a time like that? Why? Eventually, these compounding factors caused me to stop collecting altogether. I ended up losing channel content and an entirely new hobby that I was very much enjoying. Because the thing about YouTube is You can't just open one pack of cards and expect to get tons of views. No, 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 no. You have to open 100 packs of cards in one big video, or you have to open a pack every single day for a year. Literally, there's a channel that does this. I'll show it on screen. It's incredible. They committed to it really hard, and they got pretty popular doing it. I might as well film myself unboxing a vacuum cleaner because that really sucked all of the joy out of it. Sorry. The moral of the story is that when it comes to YouTube, you can find a video on here about any hobby you can possibly imagine. You don't have to participate in every single hobby there is on YouTube. You should absolutely be taking breaks and doing things outside of this platform. Except for this, of course. This isn't for me. This is for you. This is for everyone. And by everyone, I mean like everybody. I kind of need some help right now because I think there are more pieces in this set than there are videos that I've made. Actually, it's kind of close. There's 1,363 pieces. Did not know that when I bought this. TLDR, when you're trying to figure out the line between fun hobby that's just something you want to do and content creation, don't beat yourself up over choosing to do something just for you. Life is really difficult, and right now things are increasingly expensive. So while it might be tempting to film things for the sake of trying to make some money back on the fun things you choose to do for yourself, sometimes that just doesn't work out, and filming it can actually ruin your enjoyment for the entire thing you were trying to do just to unwind. Find your own version of a Lego Zen garden and just build it for you. Not on camera. But it's okay. I don't regret this. I think this was a good idea. Okay, adding that water took absolutely forever. Let me just put this down for a second again, and let's talk numbers. It's what we're all after, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I genuinely had a passion for the gaming channel I started with on YouTube, and I wanted to play Minecraft and entertain people or give them tips sometimes about how to get better at the game. But let's be real. Like, if I wasn't getting any views or any kind of reward for that, it would be a bit crushing, and I wouldn't have the motivation to continue making those videos. On YouTube, the numbers are just always staring at you, and if you decide to stare back at them, it's kind of like those boos in Mario. They just stop altogether. Then again, not caring about those numbers is easier said than done. I always thought the longer I was on YouTube, the less I would care about them. I would just wake up one day like some kind of Zen garden master, and you know, if I wasn't getting a lot of views, that would just roll off my shoulders. So I guess my big takeaway here would be that not every growth YouTuber needs to start a Lego channel, you know, and not every video needs to include a Lego build in it when you're trying to talk about YouTube growth. I could do this off camera, and maybe the numbers on the video I posted a little while ago will just start to roll in, and I won't be constantly thinking about them. I will take my brain and disconnect it from the process of making YouTube videos and just try to enjoy myself doing something that isn't being recorded. Because if I were to take this and make it its own YouTube channel, that would simply be taking time away for everything else I'm doing on YouTube. I wouldn't be able to focus on my main channel or all the other things I'm doing, and everything is going to suffer as a result. I won't be recharged, and I won't have fresh new ideas to record for the next time I do want to upload to my channel and get a whole bunch of views. I really just like to take my time when it comes to having a new idea for a cool, fun video or a whole new YouTube channel. I have goals. I want to get my personal channel to 100,000 subscribers. So if I'm making something for a completely different channel, like a Lego building one, is that going to get this channel to 100,000 subscribers? Probably not. Or if you do have a video idea that does align with your goals, but it's just something new and experimental you want to try, like, you know, building an entire Lego set on camera while you're trying to do something else. Ask yourself this: are you going to enjoy doing that? Do you enjoy building Lego sets off camera? Because if you don't, it's probably going to show. Personally, I very much enjoy building Lego sets off camera. The problem is I just don't normally make ones that are this big. So give me a second. Hey, now that's more like it. Look at that. Okay. I cannot tell you how long that took. This was so much more than I was anticipating it would be. So maybe you're like me and you've been doing this a long time. Maybe you have some battle scars and you're wondering to yourself, does this ever get any easier? Honestly, I don't really have an answer to that. For me, certain parts of this have gotten a lot easier and other parts have gotten incredibly more challenging. It's just kind of up to your circumstances. But what I will say is that it always kind of helps me to know there are other people out there in the same boat that I'm in. So Let me know in the comments how you've been handling your YouTube journey, the things you've been struggling with, and the things you've overcome. And if you like content like this, where we go a little bit deeper into the more personal side of our own YouTube journeys, then we have an entire channel dedicated to our podcast. So go check it out. There's all kinds of meaningful conversations in there. You go do that, and I will go and try and figure out where the heck I'm going to put this, because I don't have any. I didn't plan on that. I don't have anywhere to put it.